So Khizr is the पता नहीं आपकी होली बुक्स में हो या नो, लेकिन मिडल ईस्टर्न एक कैरेक्टर है कि Khizr who is he does not really exist, but anybody who's lost in life, so he appears mysteriously and then guides you. So that character is sort of is Khizr. And there is a story in the Holy Quran about Moses and Khizr and all that. So the man, so sometimes I use that. So this poem is called Khizr's Home. Last evening, while I was walking back from Khizr's home, after meeting guest writers and artists, I was wondering, when immigrant birds fly into a new garden in a new city, do they nest only on those branches where they feel at home? I gradually realized it was so wonderful to see that at Khizr's place, guests from all corners of the world feel at home. When poets and writers, philosophers and artists from east and west, north and south come to town, they like to stay at Khizr's place, sit in front of the fire, share their stories, and then travel to unknown destinations. The sounds and fragrances of those people and stories can be heard and felt all over Khizr's home. Khizr believes every artist is a mystic at heart and blossoms in the company of other artists and mystics. He likes to introduce his friends to others and become a creative bridge. His home, which stands by a lake, surrounded by seagulls and geese and shady trees, has become a lighthouse, like its owner, who helps lost boats and souls to find their destinations and discover shores of their creative selves. Whenever I visit his home and meet other artists and mystics, I feel inspired by a new thought, a fresh idea, an incredible passion, a unique dream. I remember one evening when I met his old friends from university days, the friends who had shared the fire of idealism when they were students. They wanted to fight every injustice and create a peaceful and just world. They used to get together at the university and share their poems and stories and songs of peace and love. But then they graduated and started to face the harsh realities of the world and were divided into many groups. Now I'm going to share the philosophy I have, that these young people, when they come into the real world, what happens to them? Okay, so you must have your university students, and then now if you meet them after 20 years, what do you find? So this is the description. The first group got married and had children because their families expected it. They wore the chains of traditions and sacrificed their creations on the altar of procreations. They sacrificed their creations on the altar of procreations. They were so tired after a hectic routine of daily work, they had no free time to write or create, or even listen to music, or go for leisurely walks. The routine life made them hollow people. The second group was dazzled by the glitter of wealth. They realized artists were the merchants of dreams, and in this materialistic world, people want to buy big houses and cars, not dreams. So these artists and intellectuals became business people, gathered wealth and gold, bought expensive paintings to decorate their drawing rooms, acquired encyclopedias and leather-bound books to put in their bookcases, but lost touch with other artists and intellectuals. The third group was desperate to become famous. They worked more on their media coverage than developing their artistic skills. To become popular in the shortest period of time, they wrote cheap novels rather than improving people's taste in literature and art. They ruined their own. The fourth group, who were so rebellious, clashed violently with tradition and lost their minds, landing in mental asylums, their creativity eclipsed by insanity. That evening I realized Khizr was one of the few who went on creating and kept on doing things without worrying about traditions and families and money and fame and fortune. He took the road less traveled, chose the trail of his heart rather than the highway of tradition. Now, after 25 years, he has received no awards, but people from all over the world come to see him, to be inspired and discover the sparks of creativity beneath the ashes of their routine lives. I realized how lucky is Khizr, who has creative springs flowing in his heart, and how lucky are those who are inspired in his company. That is it. Thank you very much.